Chairs No Waiting, episode number 627, Mayberry Man movie update. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you by the folks over at weaversdepartmentstore.com. Drop by over there, and speaking of Mayberry Man, you can pick up Mayberry Man merchandise. That's right, they got hats, t-shirts. Head over there and check it out, all Mayberry Man related. You know, and as long as you're there, it is that time of year, why don't you pick you up a jar of Miracle Salve? That's right. Weavers has Miracle Salve now. And I won't say it's good for poison ivy, athlete's foot, and prickly rash, but you never know. So head over to Weaver's Department Store and check it out. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners just like you. The executive producer of tonight's episode are Susan and Wynn Arnold. So thank you, Susan and Wynn. And thank you for being here with me in Mayberry. It's always fun to be here and just talk about the Andy Griffith Show. And tonight we're going to be doing that, so don't leave me. We're going to be talking about Mayberry Man movie, an update about it. And you're going to be able to see the trailer for the movie. If you're watching the video version, I guess you get to listen to it, and it'll make it even more that you want to see it if you're just listening to the audio version of the podcast. But there will be, the video version will have the stuff in it, so you might want to check out the video version if you're interested in the movie. So Mayberry Man, the Mayberry Man movie started filming last September. And so the goal was they were trying really hard to be able to meet a May 15th date to have the movie ready to go and in the theater in Danville at Mayberry in the Midwest. Well, as you all know, because it's 2021 and following 2020, we're still kind of in this COVID situation. So there's no real good way to fill up a theater so that we could have the premiere. So there was a good reason to kind of hold back and maybe work on the movie a little bit more and postpone. So they have postponed the first of the three VIP red carpet events that was going to be in May to allow more time for the restrictions to lift and for people to get vaccinated and feel comfortable gathering indoors, you know, in a theater. I guess we could go to a drive-in, I guess, if there's not that many drive-ins. So they're pulling together a very special event, and they want everyone to be able to fully enjoy it. And, you know, with the COVID restrictions and everything, it's just going to be hard to do. So therefore, all the red carpet screenings, there was going to be one in May and then one in September. So they'll be 6 months apart. All of them are now going to take place in September of 2021. So they moved them. Okay. So just want you to be aware of that. They're not going to do one in May in Danville, Indiana. They're going to move it. The new date for the red carpet event is going to be Saturday, September the 4th in Danville. That's Labor Day weekend. That's going to be the first of the red carpet events. Then they're going to have another one that's yet to be determined exactly what day in Los Angeles. It's probably going to be sometime between Danville and Mount Airy, Mayberry Days events. And the Mayberry Days event in Mount Airy, it's going to take place that week of Mayberry Days, but the date's not locked down yet, but it could be as early as September the 22nd, which is a Wednesday, the Wednesday leading into Mayberry Days. So we're still trying to see what we can do about that, or they are trying to figure that out. I'm reading the notes. So anyway, so that's just an update about the current situation. Stick around, even if you're not interested in the movie, which I can't believe that'd be the truth. But if you're not, we got more stuff for you in the podcast as well coming up. So they're really still working on this movie, and they have taken time and tried to get it as good as possible. And we all want that. Everybody that backed the movie, everybody that was involved with the movie, and even us, just fans of the show, we want this movie to be as good as possible, right? Because it's a Mayberry feeling movie. So let me just break from the script just a little bit to make sure you understand. Mayberry Man, the movie, is not a reenactment of the Andy Griffith Show. That's not what it is. It is basically about this conceited fella that gets sentenced to go to an event that's like Mayberry in the Midwest or Mayberry Days, because his dad was on the show and he thinks it's terrible. Anyway, he's just really conceited. And so it's what happens when you put somebody that has never been to Mayberry Days or Mayberry in the Midwest, that's not a fan of the Andy Griffith Show at all. He's not a fan. So it's putting somebody into that kind of a situation and then just making them deal with people like Floyd the Barber and Barney Fife and Ernest T. Bass and Gomer and Goober, and Briscoe, all the characters you see, the mayor, Juanita, everybody that you see at Mayberry Days or Mayberry in the Midwest, or just on your television every day, that's at these events, these tribute artists. That's what he's having to deal with, the tribute artist, right? So let me quit talking about it and let me show you what it's about. So this is the trailer, the official trailer for Mayberry Man, the movie.
Hi, Craig, give me the elevator pitch.
Hey, picture this.
Chris Stone is a Hollywood movie star.
You're Chris Stone!
Yes, thank you. I am Chris Stone.
Living life in the fast lane.
I didn't know it was his daughter.
Mr. Stone!
But all of that is about to change.
All rise. You were observed driving 105 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone.
I'm sentencing you to Mayberry Fest.
Welcome to Mayberry Fest.
Have you ever heard of Mayberry Fest?
Dad used to go to it every year.
You know what's gonna happen to me when I show up there? I'm gonna get mobbed.
Mr. Chris Stone, the son of Walter Stone from season 3.
Hal!
No.
Clay!
No.
Howdy. Cliff?
I'm Chris Stone.
No, that's not it.
You two are gonna love it.
Mr. Stone?
Hey,
We are glad to have you, Nick.
Chris. You're a regular guy. How would you make a move on her?
I don't think I would make a move on her. I'd probably just, try and get to know her first.
We have really good coffee here.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, okay.
Why isn't there a Mr. Kate?
Why isn't there a Mrs. Stone?
I don't care about Mayberry Fest. I certainly don't care about Dad or his career.
Who's your dad, man?
No, he was your dad.
Stupid am I?
You don't understand.
No, I understand. You're a bigger phony than I thought you were.
There comes a time in everyone's life when things get complicated. Mayberry isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. It's in Georgia, it's in Indiana, it's even in California.
Hey, Dad, guess where I am? I'm at Mayberry Fest.
Shazam!
Oh, there we go. There we are. So that's the trailer for Mayberry Man. And I'm sitting here, I'm laughing because I know the whole story. I'm enjoying watching this trailer. The characters are great. Chris Stone is Brett Varvel is the actor's name, and he is an amazing guy, a good Christian man, great to work with. I enjoyed it so much. The entire cast was so fun to be a part of. I can't wait for all of you to be able to see it, but there's, like I said, they're holding back on some of these things. So all the rewards and everything that people are going to get, the DVDs, that kind of things that they're going to be available at the red carpet events. And then if you can't come to those, they will get them to you. But they're going to delay. They're not going to do anything until those red carpet events start because they don't really want to release the DVDs prior to the red carpet, the VIP screenings is what they're calling them. Okay. So they're going to be doing that. So I've had several people ask me, and I'm kind of skipping around a little bit, but there's been several people have asked me, how can I see the movie? So the best way for you to be able to see it is to be a backer in some form or fashion. And I'll get to that in just a few minutes and show you what you get or what you what you need to do to try to get a DVD or the digital streaming or whatever it's going to be. I'm not trying to sell you on this. I'm just trying to make sure that people understand how to get this stuff. Okay. All right. So let me give you a little more information here. So May 15th, as I said, was going to be Danville, Indiana was going to be Mayberry in the Midwest. Well, that's not happening, but there is going to be a special fundraising event that's going to be held at the Meridian Street Foundation. It's by them. In Indianapolis. It's going to be at the old Governor's Mansion. Now, that was a location where we shot part of the movie. So part of the movie was actually filmed there. And the president of the foundation was a huge help. Her name's Allie Madden. And she was a big help and secured 2 different locations that we actually filmed in that were the mansions you'll see in the movie, or the mansion. So they're going to have a fundraiser, and they're going to have the bluegrass band that's in the movie is going to be there, and there's a clown band that's in the parade that you'll see. They're called the Circle City Stompers Clown Band. So by clown, I mean they dress up like clowns, but they played the theme of the Andy Griffith Show. It's awesome. They were probably in that trailer, and so was the bluegrass band. That's I'm sure I'm not going to say this. Baraka Valley, I think is right, is the way I'm saying it. I hope I'm saying it right, ladies. So they'll get on to me if I didn't. But they're going to be there, and some of the tribute artists, at least myself and Otis, and I think maybe the mayor's going to be there. But we're going to be basically raising money as a fundraiser for that event. If you'd like to be there and support the silent auction for Mayberry Man, because there's going to be a silent auction that all the proceeds would go to Mayberry Man. The tickets are $125 a person, but it's for good causes. So they raise a lot of money for things there in Indianapolis. So anyway, that's what's going to be going on actually on the 15th. It's not really a Mayberry event occurring, but this fundraiser is coming out. Now, there's going to be some extra crowdfunding, because we've done funding, to raise money and everything. But because the movie has actually, it's actually turned out really well. So that's the good news. They finished editing Mayberry Man, and they can proceed with the finishing of the film. Now, by that, I mean the editing and everything. There's other things that they actually do, and it's more than just a one-step post-production process. So like the trailer we just watched, the official trailer, had to go through several additional processes to actually get it looking and sounding the way it did. So there's color correction, sound editing, there's all kinds of things that have to happen. And today, they want to ask for more help if you're able for the post-production, or if you didn't help before and you'd like to help now so that you can get a copy of the DVD, or you can get the online streaming when that happens. There's new opportunities to do that. So here's one thing you don't realize, and I didn't really realize. To put things into perspective, the cost to achieve the level of quality that the trailer had, the look of it and the sound and everything, was about $2,000 per finished minute in post-production cost. Wow, that's on top of all the free labor that both Court and Stark and other people have put into editing and getting the movie ready. Now, Mayberry Man is about 90 minutes long. So if you do the math, they're not going to try to raise $180,000. But they do need to raise some additional funds to just achieve the similar quality level that you saw in the trailer. So that's what they're really trying to do. Now, it's not easy to ask for more help, but Mayberry Man has surpassed expectations, and it really does need just a little bit of extra polish that will separate it from just another quirky, low budget movie. We really feel like that. They feel like that. Court and Stark and Greg, they feel like they owe that to us as the fans, because we're the ones that made the movie so special to begin with, and they really want to give us top quality stuff, and I can definitely appreciate that. It is just amazing to me, all the work that goes into the things that they did during the movie, during the filming part that I was there, all the different crew and stuff. And this was tiny. I've seen clips of, like, I don't know, a Marvel movie or any movie Ron Howard does. And there are, I don't know, 100 times more people working on that movie. If you've ever watched the credits at the end of a movie, they go for, 10 minutes of little tiny words, 4 lines across, 4 columns. Anyway, it's actually quite common in filmmaking to need a little extra funds for post-production. But as you know, there is no Hollywood studio that's helping to turn this movie out. So they're asking for a little bit more money from a crowdfunding, and they're going to have that available. Funds raised will all go to areas of post-production that directly impact the quality of the film. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you're going to have an opportunity, and this is going to help you get like a pre-release online screening. So they got a few new rewards that they've come up with. So for $25, that'll help. You'll get a pre-release online screening, and right now that's set for in October. There'll be a stream that'll be released out to everybody, so they'll be able to watch it online. Okay, now. No one should feel pressured or obligated. It couldn't have gotten this far without the help of all the fans out there, and they are forever grateful for that. But if you would like to do something, or if you want to be a part and didn't do it already, you can go to support.mayberryman.com, and you'll find all the information will be there. Court is working on it feverishly, and it'll be available pretty much when the podcast is over, and maybe before. So head over there and you can check it out. But for $25, you can get into the pre-release online screening. That'll be in October. There's a $100 collector's pack that includes autographed shooting scripts and autographed DVDs and pre-release screening, the same screening. There's a goober level you can go to, which includes 4 passes to the VIP red carpet. So if you want to go to the red carpet events that are going to be on the 4th of September, and then one in Los Angeles, and then at Mayberry Days during that week, it's $500. You can get that level. It gets you 4 passes into the movie, and along with 4 t-shirts and autographed DVDs, baseball cap, a digital download of the movie. So you can download it. Not only do you get a DVD, you can download it. But they're almost at capacity already on these, so it's very limited. So if you want to do that, or if you're a backer at a lower level, like the Floyd level, wait a minute, how's the Floyd level? How come it's above? How come Goober gets? Oh, that kind of hurts. Anyway, Floyd's cheap. That's what you. So if you're at the Floyd level and you'd like to move up to the Goober level, you can do that too, but you'd need to contact Court at mayberryman.com and ask them to do that for you, because it's a manual process. Now there's other things on here, and I'm showing it on the screen if you're watching the video version. There's a $2,500 thing where you can have a pre-roll during the online screening, and he's given an example. A Weaver's Department Store would be on there, but I don't think Weaver's is paying for that. I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to support the podcast a lot more if that happens. But it's great. It's a great example. So you can get out there and be in front of 1,000 backers or so if you'd like to do that. And there's other levels like a co-producer, an executive producer that you can do. Again, all those things are available to you. It's not a requirement, obviously, for you to do any of those things. But we have had several people, I have had personally several people ask, how am I going to get to see the movie? There were people actually planning to come to Mayberry in the Midwest and were thinking they were going to be able to see it when it was there, because they knew it was going to be aired there. But that's not the way it works. The VIP screenings are only for people that have supported the movie. The movie will then, there will be opportunities at some point in the future to be able to buy DVDs and all that kind of stuff. And maybe, fingers crossed, and everything goes good, eventually it'll be on a streaming service. Hopefully, maybe. But they got to do a really good product and have that final product ready before they can even begin to get a distributor or somebody that might distribute the movie or pick it up as a streaming thing. So they're going to have to really show how good it is. It actually says here, there's no release date for the film. If we go with a traditional distributor, it could take up to a year or more to finalize the deal, which I believe, because we've been trying to get the Mayberry Effect. The Mayberry Effect documentary has been working on a deal for well over a year, and still don't know, Chris, when that's going to be. but that's coming out as well. But that's the problem. This is a low budget movie, and it has no major stars. Hey, wait a minute. Why does he mean no major stars? Who's he talking about? Me? Oh, so he said, sorry, Alan. Yeah, so it has no major stars. So we have to complete the film and show it, but show the quality and everything before it'll be taken seriously. So right now, the only way to guarantee you can see Mayberry Man is to be a backer if you want to see it this year. Okay? So, all right. So that gives you an opportunity to hear a little more. So I'm excited about it. Of course, I was Floyd in the movie, and I'm going to show you a blooper that was in one of Court's releases. If you haven't been signed up for it, but there is a behind the scenes for Mayberry Man, and it was number 15 where this happened. But this is a little clip that Court had in his release, so I thought I would play it. These are some Floyd bloopers, and I'll give you some more information after it's over, but they're pretty funny. So here we go. So this is Floyd, for those of you that are only listening. I'm in a barbershop, and really what I'm doing is filming a kind of a commercial for the barbershop I'm in. And I didn't have a script, so I was just having to ad-lib it, and I couldn't remember anything. I didn't remember where I was, anything, because this is during the filming of the movie, and it was pretty funny. Court was directing me, so I wish I had the other clip. I should have gotten it ready, but I'll tell you about it after it's over. So here you go. Here's some Floyd bloopers.
Now finally, let's take a quick look at a short scene that I'm pretty sure will never make the movie.
Oh, yeah. Hey, people are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut. Well, when I'm not in Mayberry, I go by Great Clips. Oh, it's going to be great there. It's Great Clips of where? Central. I almost said Northern. Oh, yeah. People are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut when he's not in Mayberry. Well, I go by Great Clips of Central Indiana and where? Louisville. Ah! All right, I got it. Oh, hello there. People are always asking me where Floyd gets his haircut when not in Mayberry. Well, I drop by Great Clips of Central. Oh, that's nice. Oh, hello. People are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut when he's not in Mayberry. Well, I drop by Great Clips. Yeah, of Central Indiana and Louisville. Oh, nice. Oh, it's good. Yeah, they have, I've always wanted 2 chair shops. They've got a bunch of chairs. Oh, yeah. It's going to be great at Great Clips.
So that was the commercial I was shooting for Great Clips, obviously. And I kept doing it and kept having to do all the things. So I finally got it right and said the right locations. And in Court, in the most straight-faced way as ever, he goes, okay, that's good. Now we have to do one for North Florida, Central Georgia, Louisiana. And I just like, well, you're kidding. It was funny to me anyway. And the best part is we actually have a video of that. I don't have it ready, but I will pull that up and show it to you, or let you hear it, whichever, if you're watching or listening, in the coming weeks, because Jeff Berry, my buddy, he actually recorded that part and has that in his video files. I have a lot of video from the Mayberry Man movie and a lot of photos. So I definitely want to be able to share that with you, but I can't do it until the movie comes out. So these little clips, I knew that was okay because Court had already released it. So thank you, Court. Folks, I hope you hear my excitement. I think this is going to be a big thing for fans of the Andy Griffith Show. I want you to be able to see it. I'm not saying that because I'm in it. I'm saying that because I'm a fan and I loved it. I enjoyed it so much, just being a part of it and interacting with Barney and interacting with the different characters that were on the show or in the movie. And I am so impressed with Stark, who wrote the movie, the little things that you'll be able to pick up during the movie, the dialogue, the things that are said, the people's names, locations, they are straight from the Andy Griffith Show. And it's just little things that are, man, it just gives it such a Mayberry feeling. And it's definitely true that Stark knew the show, the Andy Griffith Show, and is a fan because of some of the dialogue and some of the things he had to say and do. Was like, oh man, that is, while it may not be exactly what was said on the show, it was definitely memorable of being close to being what was on the show, and people's names that were on the show that were not really main characters or anything, they showed up at times during the movie. So you're going to really enjoy yourself when you finally get it. And I know it's still 6 months away from the time we're recording this, but I'm hoping you at least get to see the streaming service version of the stream, the premiere on the streaming that they're going to do in October, and the DVDs if you support the movie. But the only way you'll be able to do it is to be able to actually support it. So anyway, all right. So hopefully I've beat that horse to death. It's 26 minutes in. I've got some trivia questions for us. Man, what am I doing? I'm here to play some music and everything. And I got so excited and didn't do any of that stuff. So let's play some trivia music. So let me get some trivia music going. There we go. So we got 5 trivia questions. So if y'all are ready, here we go. These should be easy. Ready? In the episode Opie the Birdman, Opie shows Barney a slingshot he made out of a piece of wood and an inner tube from a tire. Barney tells Opie that the slingshot is what David used to kill Goliath. What was Opie's response to Barney? What did he ask him? All right. So when Barney told Opie that Goliath used a slingshot when David used a slingshot to kill Goliath, what did Opie ask Barney? So, all right. So if you don't want to know, I'm not going to hold you up very long because the answer is, what did Opie ask Barney when Barney said that the slingshot is what David used to kill Goliath? The answer is, he said, where did David get the inner tube? Oh, that's awesome. You remember that? Barney had that. Where did he? Yeah, Barney, where did he get the inner? All right, next question. We only got 5. These are for fun, and they should be pretty easy. All right. Aunt Bee was normally a fantastic cook. We all know that. But she failed miserably in her attempts to make what treat for her family? And if y'all missed this one, I'll be very surprised. Aunt Bee was normally a fantastic cook, but she failed miserably in her attempts to make what treat for her family? The answer is pickles, homemade pickles, kerosene cucumbers, as they were described. Aunt Bee's pickles are the topic of a season 2 episode that we all know, the pickle story. And they were all too polite to tell her. So we know that it originally aired on December the 18th, 1961, and still lives strongly in all our hearts, right? So pickles. I don't know how I can face the future knowing there's 8 quarts of those kerosene, those pickles in it. Shoe fly. He's dead. All right. Next question. In the episode Aunt Bee's Medicine Man. Now this one's a little bit harder. In the episode Aunt Bee's Medicine Man, Aunt Bee buys an Indian elixir from Colonel Harvey. When Andy finds out about it, he sends Barney to have it tested, to take the miracle salve and have it tested. What percentage of alcohol is said to be in the elixir? Not miracle salve, Indian elixir. How much is in the Indian elixir? What is the percentage of alcohol in the Indian elixir? All right. Yeah. So when Barney comes in with the test results, Andy says, do you remember? It was 85% alcohol. No wonder they're feeling no pain, is what he told him. 85% alcohol. There you go. All right, 2 more. Who said this? Who said, I can't take it home. I can't take home 4 dogs. My wife just barely lets me in the house. Who said, I can't take home 4 dogs. My wife barely lets me in the house. All right, I'm watching the chat room that's live. If you'd like to be a part of the chat room with us, you can come on Monday nights at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, and be a part of the live recording. The answer is, who said, I can't take 4 dogs home? I can't take home 4 dogs. My wife just barely lets me in the house. It was Otis. That was in the Dogs episode when Barney was in there. All right, last question, and if you don't get this, you don't really watch the Andy Griffith Show. All right, here's the question. And you've definitely not paid any attention to this podcast. What Christmas song did Ellie and Andy sing in the Christmas episode? There's only one. There's only one in Christmas episode. Christmas Story. What Christmas song did Ellie and Aunt Bee sing in the Christmas Story or Christmas episode? Y'all know? Y'all got it? No, I'm waiting. All right. So the answer is, you guys do know this one, right? I know you do. It's gotta be. So here's the answer. Here's the answer. I'm giving you a little extra time. Surely you know it by now. Here she's going to tell you. That's right. Miss Ellie and Away in a Manger. There you go. So there's your answer. How did you do? Surely you got most of these. These are hard. The 85%, that was pretty hard one. But the rest of them, I feel like were pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed that and had a good time. Let's go and hear from Randy Turner with This Week in Mayberry History.
Welcome to This Week in Mayberry History, a report by special correspondent Randy Turner of the Gomer and Cooper Pyle Comic Book Literary Guild of the Mayberry Historical Society.
We have finally arrived at the last part of my postscript on the career of Sheldon Leonard. While black characters were sometimes seen as background extras in Mayberry, the Andy Griffith Show itself did not have any black characters as regular cast members. This was not because Sheldon and Andy Griffith did not want to add them. Instead, CBS and the show's sponsor General Foods were against the idea, convinced that television stations in the South would refuse to air the show if that were the case. But a few years after launching the Andy Griffith Show, and as the struggle for civil rights continued, Sheldon was able to take a different approach in a new series. In 1965, Sheldon created the concept for the series I Spy. The show was unique in a number of ways. The series starred Bill Cosby, who was the first African American to play a lead role in an ongoing dramatic series. In the show, his race was never made an issue, with the idea being to make a statement by not making a statement. The action-adventure series with comedic elements was filmed in foreign locations all over the world. The Andy Griffith Show's music director, Earl Hagen, composed original scores for multiple episodes, often incorporating local ethnic music. And once that happened, while not regulars on the show, a black character was finally seen in Mayberry when Rockne Tarkington returned to town, having been a local kid who went on to become a professional football player. Then in the sequel, Mayberry RFD, which was truly more a continuation of the series with a new name, but with Sam Jones filling the role of the widowed father of a young son, the same character situation that the original series was built on, a black character, Ralph Barton, was seen from early on in the series. His son Martin was a classmate of Sam's son and had been selected to be county clerk for the day in the episode Youth Takes Over, one of the first season episodes that included Andy Griffith as a guest star. Martin was played by Calvin Peeler, a young man who had written the show to ask why there weren't any black people on it. In later years, Sheldon produced a number of other series, though none had the success of his earlier work. The most notable of his later productions is the 1969 to 1970 series My World and Welcome to It. Based on the cartoons by James Thurber, the half-hour sitcom was critically acclaimed and won the Emmy Award for Outstanding Series. However, the show was canceled after its first season. Sheldon continued to periodically act throughout the rest of his career. Never one to refuse an old friend, he appeared a final time in a 1964 episode of The Jack Benny Show, though this time not as the tout, but as singer Bobby Darin's agent. He appeared once in The Cosby Show in 1985, and once in Andy Griffith's Matlock in 1987. He sometimes appeared in his own series, such as appearing 4 times on I Spy between 1965 and 1967, and appearing in Gomer Pyle USMC once in 1968. In 1978, Sheldon played J. Edgar Hoover in The Brink's Job, his final film role and his first movie role since 1961. Sheldon had voiced Linus the Lionhearted in animated commercials for Post Crispy Critter cereal from 1963 to 1964. The popularity of the character led to an animated Saturday morning cartoon, Linus the Lionhearted, that aired from 1964 to 1969. Sheldon also starred briefly in his own series, Big Eddie, in 1975, playing the title character who owned a sports arena. Unfortunately, the show lasted only 10 episodes. His last television network appearance was as a 1990 guest star in Cheers as the proprietor of the Hungry Heifer, Norm's favorite restaurant. Sheldon's last non-network television appearance was in one of HBO's first original series, Dream On, in 1992. And in 1994, Sheldon produced his last project, the television movie I Spy Returns. Sheldon passed away on January the 11th, 1997, at the age of 89. A true pioneer of situation comedies, his series were character-driven productions that included ensembles of talented actors. His impact is felt to this day. And that's it for this week. As always, thanks for listening, and remember to take care of yourself, take care of others, and take Andy's advice, and go out there and to act like somebody.
Thank you, Randy. And wow, it's just always, it's amazing to hear the things that Randy finds. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of the fun Mayberry stuff that Randy comes across online, send him an email at turnersgrade@gmail.com, turnersgrade@gmail.com, and he'll make sure you don't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much, Randy. Thank you for Court Howell for sending me the information about the Mayberry Man movie and letting me premiere the trailer here on the podcast. Wow, that's big. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too I hope it wasn't pushy. I hate a pushy salesman. Oh. So I hope I wasn't too pushy about the Mayberry stuff that we were going through. It's just so much fun for me to try to be able to tell you guys about the Mayberry Man stuff. You can head over to supportmayberryman.com and scroll down the page a little bit. You'll find the contribute button. They've got that, and that's an easy way for you to be able to support and support the movie and make sure you don't miss getting a DVD or whatever you want to get. Or you just wait and it'll eventually make it to you. It's going to get out eventually, and Weavers will have the DVDs and selling them. So, but if you want to try to help them out, definitely do that. Thank you to everybody for taking time to spend some time here in Mayberry with me. I hope to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. You can give me a call at 888-684-8415, or you can email me at floyd@imayberry.com. I'd love to hear from you. It's always fun getting to hear back from you. So definitely take some time to do that if you can. And we will talk more about Mayberry Man as it gets closer and as things begin to come out. So definitely want to encourage you to do that, just to be a part of everything. And I think you're going to enjoy it. I know I do. All right, folks, Man, this was a long one. Thanks for sticking it out, and we'll see you next time right here on Two Chairs. Good night, everybody.